Ooh, good morning, people. It's noon. If it looked like I just woke up, I did. All right, I was up for like 8 hours on stream yesterday with Wade. If you didn't see the stream, you missed out. Okay, but we're going to be doing more live streams more often. We're going to do it the next UFC. This Saturday, we're going to do a live stream, a watch party, so we're just hyped about it. We had a blast. I woke up and I immediately saw Salt PAPI had some sparring footage, and this is the stuff that I like to see, right? When talking about this fight, I had some concerns for Salt PAPI. Stylistically, I think it's going to be tricky for Salt PAPI, and then when seeing clips of this sparring footage, it just illuminated that for me. Shout out to Happy Punch for being so quick. I woke up and saw this footage on their Instagram. So this is week 1 for his camp. Okay, so he's going to be sparring a pro boxer, record 7-2, 5 KO. So clearly the guy has some experience. I'm looking at the camera myself. I look busted. Oh boy, man. So I'm going to text my barber right now. Available right now, actually. So it has begun. As you know, Salt PAPI is southpaw. Okay. Well, that's not the thing that's a big deal. Okay, so right here, we start right off. Salt does a good job of leaning away, lean on his back foot with southpaw, and he shoots with his lead left hand. It's a big thing that he does a lot, which is his lead left cross. Big time. However, there's a big height disparity between Josh Bruck and Salt PAPI. And Salt PAPI tends to like to stay on the outside, slip punches on the outside, and then lead with his backhand. And that's going to be tough against somebody who's bigger than you, because if Josh is going to notice that and gets away, it's going to be a lot of Salt PAPI reaching, and he can extend himself and expose himself during that time. So that's one of the things that I see as for concern for Salt. But he's quick. Let me tell you something. But he is quick. So it's just like a slight concern. Nothing glaring. This is another thing too here. Dude shoots in. Salt PAPI is very confident in his defense and his ability to catch, his little Philly shell that he does from southpaw. His ability to catch punches and keep his feet in the ground and slip and move and catch. So again, Josh Bruckner can be a guy that's demonstrated high volume punches, and the term that I'm thinking about is running over. Josh Bruckner, I feel like at times may be able to run over Salt if he gets too comfortable and confident on his back foot. Look at that, feet close together. Not good. But again, look at the head movement. Look at the head movements. Boom, boom. See that? Immediately already anticipating. Watching out for the right hook. Boom. He is that straight left again. And we didn't see anything much before. But let's take it back here. See if I can catch it. Slip inside the left hook. So here we go. We get a wide hook that we know Bruckner tends to do. So Josh tends to do those wide looping punches to get on the inside. And here's Salt PAPI just stepping down, twisting and ripping, shooting that left hand. Bam! Right on the button. Right? So this is going to be big for Salt PAPI to be a sharp counter puncher, because I anticipate is to have high volume punches to try to get his way on the inside to get Salt PAPI against the ropes. And here's a great opportunity for Salt PAPI, but he's got to find a way to close the gap, because I assume that Bruckner might be a little bit bigger than this guy. A little bit bigger. We're going to probably see a lot of this of Salt trying to get on the inside, ducking underneath punches, trying to get into the lower level of Josh, and then Josh being forced to clinch because there's no real opportunities to punch. If you have this type of change in level, that big of a difference there, it's not safe to start punching down like that, because punches are going to come up, and then you might be looking up at the canvas. Here's the other thing here. Salt PAPI, this is what I'm talking about. Super confident in his defense, walking forward, catching, knowing that he can just rely on his upper body. Okay. Some coaches will call it upper body education, which is anything involved with your upper body movement, your parries, your catches, your slip, your rolls, not really using your feet to manage distance. Just, I know I can use all of this to get out of the way and protect myself. There from Salt. There it is. Here we go. Another example. Salt PAPI loves to use that counter lead left hand. Boom. Beautiful shot. So if you see here, it wasn't just upper body to time this for you people watching these up-and-coming boxers. It was, look at the footwork. He stepped with his left foot. Fire alarm going off in my place. That means the fiance is cooking. Don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, people, I saved the day. He stepped at the same time. Foot before hand, okay? Or hand before foot, depending on what you like. But he stepped, slipped, and shot the hand at the same time. This is what you see with levels with YouTube boxing. Saul PAPI has some experience, and this is what we're seeing. The dude knows what he's doing. He's a dangerous guy for every... Alarm again! Hopefully the place doesn't burn down. Look at. Boom. He's closing his eyes because he knows that left hand is coming. He can see it. He's like, oh, no, he missed. And he's like, I'm in the danger zone. Boom. Beautiful left hand. Let's see what happens after. Ooh, this guy comes right back. That's a way to respond from a counter. But see this right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I get concerned about sometimes. Saul PAPI likes to slip and move, and he falls in love with that head movement, that timing. And I know I tend to do it too. I'm in sparring. I don't really do it too much in my fights because I know how dangerous it can be. I'm not that confident. I don't got that Saul PAPI confidence yet. But look at that, right underneath it. So this is why, boom, slip right underneath it. But this is what I'm talking about. You might get in a situation where Josh Bruck is going to just throw volume. He might throw 8 to 10 punches in a combination where you get into a 5 or 6 second scenario where Saul PAPI is just trying to duck and weave, and he just... We're going to have to call a fire station at some point. Sensei spitting hot fire over here. I'm just kidding. Okay. Josh Bruck may not be a guy where he's just going to throw 1-2 and then back up and play that game with Saul PAPI. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, clinch, break the clinch, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? This is what you might get into. So Saul PAPI has to be careful with keeping his feet stuck in the canvas and just moving his body, because he may be able to avoid the first 5, 6 punches, but it's the other 5 that are coming that can be dangerous. But look at Salt though. He's sharp, man. Again, he is sharp. After he slips that 1-2, this man's coming right back in with a left hook. He came up anticipating the right. Look at that. Look at that timing, by the way. This is beautiful timing. The glove is on his head, but he was avoiding it. He's going back from it. Beautifully underneath the backhand. Comes back up anticipating the right, but his eyes are there. This dude's loading the left. Boom, immediately catches that hook, but knows this is coming. See this, when it comes to boxing, people, and evading strikes, it's about anticipation, right? You have to have that, at that level, you have to be able to anticipate. He's not looking and then going, oh, jab's coming, let me parry. Oh, cross is coming, let me slip it. Hook's coming, let me duck under. Or no, let me cover instead. It's not happening in real time like that. It's about the timing of practicing, repetition over time, and then an anticipation. This is a great example of that. Beautiful example of that. Boom, boom, 1, 2, slip. Oh, let me cover. Oh, boom. And then he already knows that hand is coming. But let's see. The southpaw Philly shell, if those punches, that backhand is straight, it might be a little difficult to catch that like that because of that angle. It's an odd angle because the punch is coming this way. And you got to parry it, but with that angle with your shoulder, it's coming this way. You got to turn, but you got to really twist your hips. His feet look good enough for it. Boom! You see how he parried it? You see that, how he parried it and turned, but he still got caught. And that's the danger of doing that Philly shell out of southpaw. That backhand, if you see this guy has that outside foot dominance, that straight shot comes at a weird angle. It's better to duck under, as you see Deji and you see Salt do a lot, where they try to duck under that. Because if you try to turn on it, you're kind of see where the punch came off of. It came off of his right shoulder. You're turning that way, so it can be dangerous. Again, let's look here. Here it comes. Boom. So he parries it, but he still gets caught on it, and that's can be dangerous. And this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You get a situation where Salt demonstrates beautiful defense. See, this is what I'm talking about. He lands that big shot, and he gets into a defensive evasion. Kind of like lull here. Boom, he's catching everything, showing beautiful. But then, boom, you might run into one, right? Because you can only defend so many punches, right? You can only defend so many punches. The best defense is a good offense. If you want someone to stop hitting you, hit him, right? That's the main thing. When I went into my fight with King Kenny, I knew that he was going to try to be more confident in his offense and use his distance and his range. So my plan was I got to hit this kid early, because if I hit him, it's going to make him more hesitant. It's going to make my defense a lot easier. So if Salt can take advantage early of landing a big shot and try to lessen Josh Bruckner's confidence, try to make him a little bit more tentative, then this will help later. But if Josh gets his confidence going, Salt can't fall in love with his defense. He's got to avoid 1 or 2 or catch and then immediately return and not get into that 5th, 6th bridge defending, because things like that can happen. We got some bonus footage I didn't see yet. Now, this is a little bit more Josh Bruckner-esque. This guy's bigger, a lot bigger. Holy smokes. This is what you're going to see. And this is, again, what I'm concerned about. Salt Papi's going to make it work most of the time, but there's sometimes I think it can be dangerous. He's gonna fall in love with how slick he is. Slick Salt Papi. Okay, and he's going to lean against the ropes. He's going to be catching. He's going to be rolling. He's going to be slipping. Woo! But that left hand just missed. This guy here is showing his level changes because he clearly respects Salt Papi. He wants to get his head level underneath. But, will Josh go underneath Salt Papi stuff, at his height? I'm not sure. All right, there you have it, people. A detailed breakdown of Salt Papi's new sparring footage. I like the skill, but he's got to be careful. Has to be careful, though, because if he falls in love with that defense and gets stuck on the ropes, Josh Bruckner's a guy who's going to turn you into a heavy bag. But let me know what you guys think. Am I am I reaching it, or do you think Salt Papi's just going to take this and have a big, massive KO or catch Bruck coming in? Let me know what you think. Leave a like and subscribe. Oos.